Dustin.
What's up?
We're
Long
back.
time no see.
Yes.
I had to Google today how to podcast.
I was fiddling with my camera before we got started because I don't know how to work one. Apparently, I'm out of practice.
Just don't raise your arms. It's
I know. Don't be expressive.
Do it one time for the audience here. Oh, it's an earthquake. Oh.
Raise the roof.
This is an inside joke just for you. That's what I was seeing that one night after I had that Coke from that gas station. That's what my vision looked like. And I want to clarify, after I had that Coca-Cola from that gas station.
That one time Dustin snorted Coke.
From a gas station.
Dustin knows better now.
Yeah.
To get his Coke somewhere else.
Yeah, we don't do gas stations anymore.
No. We're grown-ups now. We don't need those.
We only do sheds under bridges.
Yeah.
Or lean-tos under bridges.
What did RFK say the other day? I used to do blow off of like hookers' butts or something. Anyway.
I must have missed that, but nothing surprises
Let me
me
fact
at this
check
point.
this. Hold on.
Yeah, I was just I mean, probably.
He may not have said hooker. Sorry. Okay, he didn't. Let me retract that. He did not say hooker. He said I snorted cocaine off toilet seats.
Oh, okay.
So much better.
It's at least as bad.
See.
Or as good.
Neither are things you say out loud to anyone if you would like credibility.
No.
Unless it's to Cocaine Weekly magazine.
Yeah, there's a lot of words you have to swap out to tell that story. You have to swap the word snort and Coke and toilet seat with things that are just better.
Yeah. I used to
drink sweet tea.
Potato chips.
I used to drink ice cold tea.
I used to have a benign addiction to processed food.
Yeah, I used to be slightly addicted to caffeine.
He was getting made fun of around the Super Bowl because, he's ripe for material anyway, but he was getting made fun of around the Super Bowl because they were like, what are you going to eat for at your Super Bowl party? And he was like, well, I'm on the carnivore diet, so it's just, meat and ferments. So I'm probably just going to have some yogurt. I was like, well, that's lame.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, no meat?
Yeah. Okay, carnivore.
Yeah.
I never met a T-Rex chomping on Yoplait.
Just some yogurt at a Super Bowl party. No wings?
Yeah, right.
Chicken?
No wings.
Steak? Just a steak with your hand, in your
that
hands?
That already is the most carnivore-friendly holiday that exists.
Yeah. Why?
What's wrong with you?
What are you doing to yourself?
Yeah, right. Just say chicken wings and stop talking.
How was your hiatus?
It was good. Yeah, man. I feel like a lot has happened since we took a break.
So much.
But yeah, man, it was good. How was yours?
A lot happened. A lot of stayed the time. I didn't really have a break.
You just rolled right in.
I just I just kind of kept fronting and putting out the shows, and we had so many. We were going into January, and I was like, Jesus Christ, still got some material.
Still talking about Alien Earth.
Still got stuff to put out.
Yeah.
So I got it all out there. And then I went off and did a little side project podcast about hobbies that will have aired its final episode the week before this episode comes out.
Nice.
So not a week without a podcast in my world.
Nice.
But that was fun. I was going to just do the one little batch, and I'm kind of getting interest for more of those. So I might kind of do a second round at some point, but I gotta be honest, I'm gonna really put that off as long as I can, because that was a lot of work.
I'm sure.
Like this show,
scheduling and everything else.
Scheduling people, and then I was like, hey, I'm free in January and February, but in March I want to, I'm going back to the Hoopercast, and so I was like, super open in January. Yeah. And everyone was like February. And one person couldn't do Tuesdays, and so we did Thursday. So there was one week where I interviewed 2 people. Wow. And it's hard. It's hard to interview people. It's hard to do a real show. I was like, I've been slumming it for damn near 15 years on the Hoopercast. Just letting words fall out of my face. Yeah.
Just banking on movie trivia.
Yeah. Just you and I just kind of free associate the show.
Yeah, more or less.
And that's it works.
Yep.
But I had to like ask some real ass questions, and but that was interesting, and it was cool, and I got to sort of scratch that itch and delve into a subject I actually do feel pretty passionately about. So
nice.
If anybody wants to go listen to those, it's called Because It's Fun, a podcast about hobbies. Someone said on first glance they thought it was a podcast about hobbits.
Hobbits.
I was like, if only.
That would be great. What a podcast. Episode 1, Frodo. Episode 2, it's just a different a different dude every time.
Yeah, there's one that's like, what's his face, the tallest hobbit on record or whoever.
Oh yeah, I can't remember.
Other than that, man, I just enjoyed colder weather. I'm a freak. I love it when it's cold.
Dude, I hate it.
I know, but it just never gets cold down here. It's so brief yet so intense.
Yep.
Like a secret night out with someone you're not supposed to be with.
It was very intense here in pockets, and then it would like randomly warm up, and you're like, oh, I barely need a long sleeve. And then I was like, is this winter? Is this what winter is now? Yeah, I hate it. It's dumb.
As soon as March rolled around, the temperatures jacked themselves up, and like my kids were like, is it spring? And I was like,
kinda.
Yes, basically.
Yeah, might as well be.
I've told people before, like the seasons in South Alabama I used to work in news. So like I'm a stickler for like meteorological beginnings, like the spring equinox and all that. But I've sort of done what Pope Gregory did. And I was like, I'm making my own calendar. And so I was just like, all right, so down here, spring starts in March, like right at the beginning of March 1st. Mm-hmm. And spring goes until May. Mm-hmm. So spring is like, 2 months. And then summer is like May through September. So that's 5 months?
Yep.
No, you know what? All the way through October now, basically.
Okay.
It's still 5 months, isn't it? 6 months. 6 months of summer.
Yep.
And then fall is November, December. And winter is January and February.
Yeah.
Then we get back into spring.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. Summer just sort of is over indexing and pushing everybody.
I thought you were going to say you have like different like month names.
Oh, they're all named Connor.
The 31st of Connor through about the 15th of Connor, it's the season is Connor, and then
I'm working on making my own currency, minting my own coins. The front of him is my
total
face.
Day is 4 Connors and 14 Connors.
The front of me is like looking through one of like those wooden like fair like looky-loo boxes, and the back of it is just the back of me but naked. It's like my head poking through.
Yes. Classic.
I saw some movies. I kind of didn't keep up too much. I watched a lot of TV, and I don't even think I wrote down all the TV I watched. I kind of just moved through it. Too much is going on. And I've been distracted by the world. Life stuff happens and things pop up that have to be taken care of and whatnot. But like, what's every time I try to like dive into some art, like just some wild shit happens, and I have to, it's, and we've talked about this before, but like, it's hard for me I'm very bad at nuance. And so I can't moderate. And so it's just been sort of rough keeping track of that, and just feeling a lot of anger. Prevailing emotion for 6 months has been anger.
Yeah.
Because that's really, if it's not that, it's helplessness. And, and that's not helpful, or good. So
by its definition, it's not helpful.
Yes, it literally is not helpful. So it's just become, anger and, an extra oomph to not be a piece of shit if I can. So
yeah, man, I feel like the last 6 months or so, like I haven't watched a whole lot either. Rewatched a couple things, but mostly it's just been like empty. And part of that is like, obviously like the studios don't put out much in January, and there's not like new releases that I'm dying to see right now. Yeah. But part of that also is just, life happens and things have been a little like rocky and shaky lately, just in the world and in life. And, there's just a lot of like change up in the air and a lot of self-reflection. And, when they say like doing the work, like that's genuinely what I've been trying to do. I've never been one of those people that's like too introspective. Like I tend to just kind of be what I am, and I don't think too much about like why or how. And the last 6 months has been a lot of that, and digging through like the past and digging through what currently is happening in life, and just like how things are all like cyclically related. And it's been a weird 6 months. So I've been off my game in terms of like watching movies and participating in typical things that I would do for fun, or to decompress, because at some point, like at least for a while there, and maybe still sometimes it pops up, but like it feels wrong or like weird to disassociate or decompress, because like there's just so much happening. It's like, what gives me the right to check out for a minute when so many people don't check out or can't check out? And like, so there's a lot of just stuff happening, and like, you know, guilty feelings for trying to find enjoyment in things. And it's been weird. I think we're, you know, getting to the better part of it, but there's a lot of like hard work toward the beginning of the year, I guess the end of last year. We're back in it. And like, you know, I think it'll be cool to have the routine of this again, but also a little nudge to stay on top of something like, oh, go watch that movie. Why? Well, you can talk about it. It's another like added reason to go enjoy it. So yeah, man, it'll be nice. And there are some things like starting in March, there are some things that I would like to see. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
I've been so checked out of what's coming out. So when people were talking, or you guys would talk about something, I was like, oh shit, that's out. I totally missed it.
Yeah. Or like, what even is that? Like I keep finding things where I'm like, that's in theaters? Yeah. What is this? And then I find out about it, and then I mentioned it to y'all, and none of y'all have heard about it. And I'm like, what is this? We used to know all the things.
There's a few things I did see that I won't review, but like I just sort of that just kind of were weird little surprise. I saw the new Anaconda movie.
Okay.
Back in January, I think it was December, whenever the hell that came out.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Sure.
You know, just
not much to say.
Yeah. I watched that Wonder Man show, the Marvel show. Pretty solid. Okay. Pretty cool. It felt more like the studio or like show about Hollywood and actors. Like it felt, I think I'd recommend that to people. I don't really have a lot to say. I just think that, you know, Wonder Man's a good entry point well, not an entry point, but Wonder Man's a good one-off if you don't know anything about the MCU and just want to watch a good short show. I like Wonder Man.
Which who is that anymore?
Oh, that person, that demo?
Yeah, who is that? Who's that demo? Like
I don't know,
because I've heard that said before. Like, oh, Wonder Man is like a good like way to like entice people who don't watch the MCU, and I'm like, who's never seen it?
Who's never seen it? Who is now? And I'm guessing. I guess it's just like, is it Gen Alpha?
I don't know.
Is it them? That's the weird. I think we've said this before, but that's the weird pickle that Disney finds themselves in. It's like we've built this like almost 20-year-old project with this shared continuity. And now we're like, oh shit, that's long enough to have like two different stages of the audience, the people who've been here since the beginning and all the new people who are like, what's this all about? Yeah. And it's intimidating to the new people. And for all of us, it's like, make this good.
Yeah. Do the thing again.
Do it. Hey, Sparty, do a backflip.
Yeah. We're over here poking it with a stick going, you alive, bro?
Do something.
And show me something cool. And I mean, I don't know. Does Gen Alpha even care about superhero movies?
I don't understand.
Well, Gen actually, Alpha, you know what? I've said this before on this show, and this is 100%, I think, what we're going to see, which is a drastic waning of popularity of superhero entertainment.
Yeah.
And we're not there yet, but I do think it's going to happen. And when it happens, I think the reason is because they've spent so long alienating young audiences that the young audiences have to wait too long to find it. And by then it can't be nostalgic. And by then it doesn't matter. And so they're keen to just keep doing their life without it. And I think the biggest culprit of that, like Marvel is Marvel, but like DC, I've said before, the biggest mistake they made was jumping over the child market. And obviously don't make it for kids, but make it so that kids can see it. And like, you know, okay, for every Peacemaker, kids can't watch this. And so we're going to have a group where they're going to grow up and they're not going to have much to grab onto. And this is happening, you know, as the MCU leans toward the mature and as DC is continuing the trend with Lanterns and Peacemaker and whatever else, you're alienating the most core group of your audience, which is what Marvel did so smartly. Was like, yes, they were writing for adults, but also like you have to think we were like 19, you know, and then there's a lot of people who are younger than us that found it at 8 and it's super nostalgic for them. And like an 8-year-old totally could watch Iron Man and Thor and Captain America, the First Avenger, and love it and grow up with it. You know, by the time they got to Deadpool and Wolverine, it's like, okay, I'm old enough to enjoy this. Had Marvel just like skipped straight to the R-rated Deadpool and Wolverine stuff, you would have that whole market that never grew up with it.
I sort of want to extend the same sentiment that I've expressed. I'm comfortable now just making a line in the sand of like, here's like, I will not bend over backwards to watch shit that was made before I was born.
Sure.
And I won't feel bad about it, even if it's a cultural touchstone. And this all began with someone, actually more than one person, being flabbergasted that I've never seen The Goonies.
Oh, yeah.
And for a while, they're like, you're the movie guy. You haven't seen The Goonies? And you know what? No, I haven't. And the reason is because it doesn't mean anything to me. Yeah. It means nothing to me. And it's like you and Tarantino movies. In the course of just not needing this thing, all I've had is people shoving my face into it like I'm bobbing for apples, like, you're gonna watch The Goonies.
Yeah.
And it just makes me not want to watch it even more.
Well, no, but that's
my dad making me watch The Goonies.
Yes.
I don't think my dad's even seen The Goonies anyway.
I don't think my dad's seen The Goonies. No. Maybe he has, but we've never talked about it.
You know, he's never done pressured me to watch it.
Yeah, totally. Well, so I got pressured the same way. Like, you haven't seen The Goonies? And I finally watched it. And I was like, what's the big deal? It's okay. Yeah. I don't remember anything about it. No. Like, kids find a ship. Oh, woo.
Yeah. And then like, I was also told like, same thing with the Gremlins. I was like, I've never seen Gremlins. And they're like, you should watch Gremlins. And it's like, I'm open to that because people talk about how good Gremlins is.
Gremlins is great.
Right. And I believe that. So it's great. I don't hear people talking about how great of a movie Goonies is. I just talk about how they remember the Goonies.
That's different
from it being a good movie.
Yeah.
You know, I remember.
What do you remember? Say
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like I remember. Oh shit! Let me think of a good one.
Big Fat Liar.
I remember Clock Stoppers.
Clock Stoppers.
Okay,
there you go.
That doesn't mean I liked it.
Yeah, right, you know? Right. I remember a movie called The Great Panda Adventure.
I think in the example when I initially made that declaration on this show, my example was I'm not gonna feel bad if like a 50-year-old guy chastises me for not having read Stephen King's It.
Yeah,
because it's a 1,000-page book, and I'm too young. It just didn't happen. I'm too young to have read it when it was a thing, and I'm too old to feel like going back to it or to feel the need to go back to it. And in my mind, this mean Gen Xer is like, wow, well, you're not a purist. Then I just have to go, okay, guy. All right. You win. And you know what? That's his right. That is his right with age, and as is our right to say, oh, you haven't seen the Marvel movies? Because we watched them as they came out. If someone were to come to you today, Dustin, and be like, hey, I've got 36 movies for you to watch, and you need to do them in like 6 months because there's a big Avengers movie coming at the end of the year, you'd be like, sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, sounds like I don't want to do that.
That's one thing I did during the hiatus is I started my older kids on the MCU, and I artificially spaced them. I had one a month. My kid's like, which one's next? I'm like, no.
I don't know.
We do the stingers, and I literally say like, I wonder what that's about at the end of every one of those. Yep. You know, and they seem to like it. We just got up to the Avengers. Like we're only in, phase Well, our phase 2 now, I guess we're about to enter. By the time this is out, I think we will have watched Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
But that's a way to sort of like start them in it in an area where they're just old enough to understand and appreciate them, and to have the experience of having been given them in slow doses where they're appreciated, not just binge. You know, I looked at the list. At this rate, we won't be done for 3 years. This is a 3-year experiment.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm going to do when we get to the shows. I think I'm just going to assign them to my kids as homework and just be like, all right, go off and watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. And tell me when you're done. Write me a summary.
Do better, children.
So if you're looking at Gen Alpha or Gen Z or, you know, whoever's 20 right now, movies are expensive. They're long. If you have no nostalgia for like blockbuster films, then you're coming in like, this is just garbage.
Yeah.
Paradoxically, these same people just watch TikTok and they think that's not garbage.
Yes.
Or they have the presence of mind to actually have a healthy relationship with screens.
Sure.
Because there's those people too. It's weird. Like I always have hope for the younger generations because like they tend to come in and just not accept shit that we do. Again, for the same reason, because it was slow dripped to us. And we slowly came out of it, but we still accept it, like, you know, seatbelts and shit. I love seeing these clips of like Millie Bobby Brown and all these other, you know, Gen Z actors who just have no patience for the press if they are rude. When they're just like, smile, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to fucking walk away. And it's like,
I'm not doing that.
Actors from our generation didn't feel like they could do that. And these kids are like, fuck this. Like, I'm not taking this disrespect. And it's that's so good. Like you're so naive that you don't realize that's a faux pas, but you've made it a thing people can do now. And that's good. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, exactly. Well, I read something the other day that was like youngest generations are like going back to physical media, that there could be a really big boom of physical media stuff.
I believe in them, man.
It's starting to like, so what the article I read, and I'll see if I can find it, but the article I read was like, they interviewed a bunch of like Gen Alpha, like students and whatnot. And they were talking about how tired of the algorithm and how tired of streaming they are. And that it just feels overwhelming. And it also feels impersonal or like inauthentic or something. And it's like, it is like, by design it is. It isn't personal. It's, hey, you watched a movie, you watched Back to the Future. Well, that has time travel in it, so clearly you'll like whatever. And it's like, well, not necessarily. Like it doesn't work that way. Or hey, it has a famous car in it, so you must like famous car.
Chitty bang bang.
Yeah, chitty. And it's like why?
Herbie.
But those are too old. Like Netflix would never.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, maybe the Lindsay Lohan Herbie.
Sure.
And, you know, paradoxically too, like we see the same thing in streaming, but we have less willpower than these people because for you and me, it's like, wow, remember VHS? Like, remember when you couldn't record? We grew up before TiVo. So it's like, we still think that even though streaming like sucks, it's pretty amazing. We have more perspective than these kids do. But perspective isn't helping us here. It's just educating us about how weak-willed we are to not tolerate it.
Well, and talk about the slow drip. Like what ended up happening for us. This happened with cell phones. This happened with streaming. It happened like all over the place, where all of this stuff came to us so gradually that we accepted every incremental change to the point where we're now hooked and have to like detach ourselves from it. But it's too hard to do that because we've
like
been
that frog.
We were trained to enjoy the endorphin rush that it provides, and we can't break that cycle. That's a really hard thing to break. They came into the world with all of that there, like all in place, options. and it's like the world is your oyster. That's an overwhelming feeling. We only aren't overwhelmed by it because we saw it happen gradually. It's the difference between why, like, when your hair starts getting long, you you don't notice it, but when you see like a family member that you haven't seen in a year, they're like, man, your hair's so long. And it's like, yeah, because you just saw it quickly. I saw the slow fade where we're, oh yeah, I guess it is long. I haven't really thought about it, but they're seeing it. And that's like the first thing they see. And so the younger generations are looking at it going, this feels impersonal and it looks unhealthy. I don't want any part of it. Right. And we don't have that perspective. We only have that perspective when it's pushed on us, but we still don't break the cycle.
I just find it so like, whether they mean to or not, like I'm going to give them the credit. I just find that so admirable for someone to be like, this sucks and I'm not going to do it. Yep. And 'cause to me, I'm like, wow, I love how you can just not do it. That's just so great. I wish I could not do things.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
it's the curse. It's I've told in that same thread about the world sucking and everything. I made some comments about like how like the burden of being informed is that you recognize just how awful something is, and you are, to a certain extent, you go over the bell curve, and you just sort of are a better informed about how helpless and fucked you are. That's how I feel about streaming. It's like I understand this business as much or more as these people do. Yeah. And while they take that information and go, I'm going to quit, I'm sitting here going, I can't, but I shall remain aware of how miserable this addiction is making me slowly, and resent myself for not being able to quit.
I am 100% convinced that one of the biggest causes of, I don't want to even just say millennial angst and millennial anxiousness and millennial depression but like in general is all of this stuff that we don't need, that our brains get filled with constantly. Yeah. And like, there is this part of me that so badly wants to go completely off the grid, but I know that like you just can't. Like you can't. Yeah. Like it would mean like giving up this show. Like the reason I don't like, I keep saying I'm going to delete Instagram. I'm going to delete Facebook. Like I'm not even like, whether I deactivate the account doesn't matter. I'm just going to not have access to it. Yeah. And I still keep it around because, you know, I still get messages. Sarah sends me funny videos. Y'all send me funny videos. Like I send y'all funny videos. Like it happens, and you're just like, I'm noticing it more like as my free time, that decompression time has whittled down to where I don't have a lot of it. Yeah. I get so mad at myself if I spend any second of it like scrolling. Yeah. Because I'm like, why? I'm wasting my time.
You could have done something else.
I could have done something. It's me at the end of Schindler's List. Yeah.
I could have saved more time.
I could have saved more time. I could have done more fun things.
This poop I took 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah.
10 minutes. 11 minutes. Right. At least 10 more minutes.
That's exactly right.
I could have. I didn't.
But that's the other thing. Like how
Ben Kingsley's like patting your back, like you've done so much for so many.
It's so good. But so like I noticed this the other day. I was at work and I was waiting on an elevator, and I was scrolling on my phone. Yeah. And then like I went and did the one thing. It was like 40 seconds, and I'm back at the elevator and I'm scrolling on my phone again. And I'm like, I reloaded the page and I was like, what am I doing? Yeah. I'm incapable of waiting 25 seconds for an elevator to arrive without putting my eyeballs on nonsense. Yeah. That's crazy. Why is my brain conditioned that way? Like I've developed an addiction to Facebook Marketplace, and that's what it is. Is like
I just started using that the last week.
Yeah, so like I'm just looking at like all the things that I could buy, and I'm like, not only is that really unhealthy because it's promoting like unwise spending habits.
Yeah, yes.
But it's also just unhealthy because like I just refreshed it, 2 minutes ago. Yeah. Yes, there are new things. There's always the just listed, but like, what am I going to find? Like, do I think I'm going to find somebody selling the secrets to the universe? Like,
I thought you were going to say, for some reason, I thought you were going to say the secret of Nim.
The secret of Nim on VHS. Autographed by Don Bluth. I mean, at this point, like anything's available on Facebook Marketplace. And so I think that's the rush of it is like,
oh, dude, I kept Facebook on my phone for months because I was using the dating tab in it. Yeah. And it's like that little red, like notification. It's like, oh, it's a girl. And it's just like, hey, have you checked out this page? I'm like, God damn it.
Yes.
Leave me alone.
Yes. Every bit of it is just ads.
Yeah.
And like if I look at it right now, I guarantee you the first 3 things are going to be ads.
Yeah.
Ad, people you may know, Reels, Best Buy.
Yep.
And then US Weekly. What is this? Someone shared something weeks before their death with an influencer. Who cares?
Yeah, it sucks. And like you can...
I don't follow US Weekly. Why is that there?
If you did, you'd know it's called Us Weekly, Dustin.
Oh, see, I don't even know. I'm
sorry.
know.
I feel ashamed for even correcting you like that.
Is that what it is? It's Us Weekly?
It is.
Who cares? I don't even know.
Both Instagram and Facebook now have like those little tabs you can find.
What is the Sports Illustrated? Illustrated?
They have little tabs that can basically like, hey, did you miss how it used to be? Like, we'll just show you the feed. It's like Instagram has that thing where it's like, you can just look at the people you follow.
Yeah.
And you look at that and you're like, this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
But you have to like consciously you can't just open the app and it's there. You have to like click that thing and click the other thing. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. And the Facebook has that as well. Instagram is on my phone, but it's not my main page. It's like over in this little graveyard at the very end where all your apps are.
Yeah.
Facebook's not on my phone. Messenger's on my phone. They deviously have the Facebook little bubble in the corner that'll still show you notifications you can click on. It takes you like a Bobo Facebook interface within that app. Yep. But like I honestly just check that to just see what it is. I rarely engage with it. It's because most of what I post, I mean, I just post promos for podcasts and things that I wrote. Those are the things I post. Now, if you follow me and you look at my stories, it's a angry train of anti-fascist rhetoric.
Sure.
But the stuff that I post is stuff that I made or helped make. And sadly, the only answer to moderation with this stuff is just having discipline, which I don't. All I really tell myself is I'm allowed to post one thing a day. And whatever that thing is like a thing. It's like an actual picture I took, or it's a promo or something like and that's it. I'm not like, it's not going to be a big thing. I've just sort of slowly tried to decouple myself from feeling like I need to use it for anything. But actually that came up a lot in the hobby podcast, was because I'm asking people like, what's your relationship with social media, considering that you have like personal work that you want to share, or maybe like you turned it into a business and you want to market it, but you don't like social media. And it's essentially that. It's like you have to just put stuff out and then get off. You have to just ignore, like the stuff, I try to just use it through my browser as often as I can. And the pages that I have bookmarked are like my profile, just to get on the page. It's like, okay, it's not to the feed. It's not to the main homepage. It's not to the feed. Yeah. That's the only way to do it. I really want these kids to like just not use it and just bankrupt all these companies.
I just want the companies to understand that like it's clear as day, the way that they've changed over time. Like you and I probably jumped on Facebook like in 2006 or 2007. And around that time, it was literally just your friends. That's all it was. There were no ads. It was like your friends and some groups, and that was it. It would say Dustin Weldon is, and it like prompted you that way, and then you would post what you is, and then and then it would be like you can click. He liked these 10 movies. He likes these 4 artists. He likes these 7, like whatever, and it's like cool. That's what it was. And it's so clear that what it has become is a money-making machine to our detriment. What does it do for us? In those days, what it did was it connected us with our peers, opened conversations. Hey, I didn't know you liked the Beatles. I like the Beatles. It opened all of those things up. When we were in college, that's what Facebook did, was like gave us a very quick, like, phone book reference of people that we could like talk to and very quickly get to know, like, oh, I'm interested in being your friend. It's online dating, but for friendship. And it's like, I'm interested in being your friend because you also like John Carpenter's The Thing. cool. We're friends now. And that's what it was. And now it is just ads and your great aunt sharing 18 images of AI Snoopy, whatever it is. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make any sense. And then Instagram, dude, Instagram is nothing but like AI these days. And I came across there's a guy that I've followed for a long time on Instagram named his handle is Boss Logic.
Yeah.
And he's like cool, like Photoshop, digital art pieces. And it started with like, the MCU and the Arrowverse and like making cool art like associated with that. And he made this post the other day. There's basically like, I'm done with Instagram because I've heard from so many people asking me, why don't you post anymore? Yeah. Only to find out that I've never stopped posting. They just haven't seen my work in a year and a half because the algorithm doesn't send it because the algorithm rewards you for creating different types of content. Mm-hmm. But if you're an artist that creates one type of art, that's digital art, typically of superheroes, it won't push it out because it doesn't see it as being algorithmically viable. So it doesn't push his art out anymore. And instead, what you're getting is a bunch of AI accounts who can very quickly create 27 different pieces and post all 27 of them in a single day. And the first one is superhero, and the second one is anime, and the third one is, retro Scooby-Doo, Hanna-Barbera, and it's whatever. It's just random stuff. This one's just an image of Ryan Gosling in a sweater. And like, it's just like these crazy things. Yeah. And they can create all of these images in a heartbeat and put them all out. And that's what they're inclined to share. And that's crazy to me. So I'm also like, I don't know what this is for anymore, because even Instagram, when it started, yes, was for your friends. Yes, it was for like seeing photos of your family, but it was also a way like for artists to share their work with the world. It just doesn't seem to happen anymore. Why are we wasting our time?
I was thinking about it a lot lately because like my daughter had to write this essay in class about essentially the pros and cons of social media, or like whether or not you think it's, a net positive or not. And she was like, I don't, so we just started talking about it, and I was trying to keep it, confined to like what was relevant to her essay. But I was just like, I just couldn't help but going into the business model of it. And if a product is free, then you're the product. Yeah. They're making money from eyeballs on ads and engagement, and therefore they are incentivized to keep you on the app for as long as possible. They don't want you to put it down. They make it colorful. They do the push notifications. They have to allow you to opt out of them by law. There's no compunction about false things. Their sole goal is to keep you on the app. And so knowing that, you sort of can't trust any feature to actually be fun for you or enriching. But there's boardrooms full of experts, the same experts who made casinos so addictive, advising these people on how to make the app as addictive as possible, how to exploit
one more refresh. Let me just do one more refresh.
How to exploit the dopamine response, how to get people just to just sort of waste time on these things. Like that's the whole game. And anything that is that, it's like the only way it would be worse is if you were paying for it. Sure. With your money, but you are paying for it with your time, which is even more valuable than whatever $5 a month. We're giving it our bandwidth and our attention, and it's really not giving us much in return. And we're stuck because it used to give us stuff. And people who get on Facebook now are probably like, why do people like this? Why do people like this? And it's like, because it used to be pretty awesome. I remember Thanksgiving weekend, 2006, when I first got on Facebook. Because I was out of town. I was in a hotel room and I made my account. And that means that in this November, I will have been on Facebook for 20 years. And that's fucking depressing to me. That I can't just close the account. It would be so easy. I could just do it right now. And all I can think about is what I'm losing. And even though everyone I've talked to who has gotten off social media says it's great, I have no regrets, everything's better, I'm still like, but what about
my photos? What
do I do? What will I check? What do I mindlessly refresh?
Yes.
It's like,
what's going to replace it?
Exactly.
That's what your brain is wired to do. That's what an addict's brain is wired to do. I can't quit the cigarette because then what will I hold?
Yeah, you got to get those flavored toothpicks, my man.
Yeah, right.
So I whenever articles pop up from the writers I subscribe to and follow, like whenever stuff like this comes up into the conversation, like I do read a lot about like replacement hacks and analog hacks. And, you know, there's one that was like micro journaling would be one way to replace. Every time you get an urge to like go open social media, open your notes app and just brain vomit into it. Just tell it like, oh, I'm just trying to just do that. And it breaks the loop. You got your phone, you did a thing, but you're good. And just rewire your brain. And there's so many tips and tricks. I mean, we're not the anti-phone podcast, but I wouldn't want my kids on it until they're adults anyways. But I would also hope that by the time they're adults, that platforms have either collapsed or my kids would just be like, I don't say, like, my daughter even said, like, it seems like everything that you would want to use it for can just be done through text. And I was like, that's exactly right. Like you just message, you just get a group chat with your friends, send them pictures. You know, you go on vacation, send them the pictures. You got something to say it to them. That's it. You know, if you want to hear about what's going on in the world, you know, they've got some stuff, you know, but like, just read the news. If you want to learn stuff, just read the news. You know, if you want to, your phone has a Google, Apple, they all have like news pages, like they're free. Just look, if you want a quick scan of what's going on, you know, you don't have to read it on social and then see the art manipulated to make you feel a way, or the long post that precedes it, give you context that isn't true, or the comments are just all bots. They're all angry all the time. So when she said that, I was like, that's exactly right. Everything we like about it is achievable elsewhere, other ways. The only thing I couldn't do without Instagram in our group chat is send those videos to you guys. You know? And so that's why I still have it. But the minute I figure out how not to. That's what I'm going to start doing.
It's just a hard thing to break. I keep thinking like, man, if I deleted them, like all of them, if I deleted all of them and like all the time wasting apps and all those things, I could probably get really good at like pencil drumming, or like the Jack Sparrow like coin thing, or like, you know what I mean? Like just like I could do something really cool, like tech deck skateboarding. Like I could do something really cool with my fingers.
You're so old. Tech deck.
My references were Pirates of the Caribbean.
Your references were pre-Facebook in themselves.
Yeah, they were.
What was I doing the weekend before I got on Facebook? I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean and playing with my tech decks. I'm an old man, Hooper. Getting my learner's permit.
I would be very good at like giving myself tattoos on my hands, jail style, with a
prison tats.
I give myself
stick men.
Prison tats with my needle.
They're above your knees and they're facing you.
Yes.
Because you did them on the potty.
Because I did. Yeah. Why do you have the entire book of The Hobbit tattooed on your thighs where only you can read it?
It's because when you gotta go, you gotta have something with you.
In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. Not a dirty, smelly hole or whatever. I don't know what hole. That can't be the next line.
No, you're just thinking of reading The Hobbit while pooping.
What is the next
dirty,
line?
Smelly hole.
Hold on. I need to know what the next line is. Where's my copy of The Hobbit? I was so close, dude.
What was it?
In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on it or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort.
I still don't like it. I still don't like most of that sentence.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how close I was. My subconscious was doing the heavy lifting there.
Sandy, wet hole. I don't know. JRR too much. All right. I do want to pivot this into, I was going to just make this its own thing, but all this analog wish fulfillment has got me wanting to talk about train dreams, Dustin.
Let's talk about train dreams. Wait, I'm sorry. Can I jump in really quick?
Yes.
I had a dream 2 nights ago, and this wasn't a train dream, but it's close. So I had a dream 2 nights ago that me and you and John and Kellen were going on a road trip, and I was driving, but I was driving from the back seat.
You know, you would be driving.
Probably. I was driving from the back seat, and Kellen got so mad at me because I ran a red light, but I couldn't see because I'm in the back seat. I can't see the red lights. So I was like, I can't see Kellen. And so he got so mad. And so I was like, fine. And so I pulled over in like this parking lot, and I got out, and we were also like moving a lot of furniture. And so I pulled out like
the Beverly Hillbillies.
I pulled out like this dresser, and I put it on the ground, and I started getting all my stuff out of the car and putting it in the dresser. And then the dresser, I put it, you know, like vertically, and I straddle it like it's a motorcycle. And then and then you get out of the car and you get on the back also like a motorcycle, and we're Dumb and Dumbering it. And
does it actually move?
And I was going to drive the dresser. I told Kellen he could drive the car. I'm taking the dresser. And I was going to drive the dresser, and you went with me. And so I was like, I don't know where this came from. And like, I spent all day like obsessing over like, why did I dream this? What does it mean? It has to mean something. And then I realized that the night before I had watched an episode of King of the Hill, and in King of the Hill, Hank had to move his mom's furniture to her new house, and he rented a big like semi truck. And so he was driving the truck, and his friends, Boomhauer, Dale, and Bill, got in the back of the truck, and they were stowaways, and they were riding on the furniture in the back of the truck. And so what my subconscious did while I was asleep was it replaced the entire cast of King of the Hill, those 4 men, with us, and just swapped it around a little bit. So that explains that. But
a little AI hallucinating where the dresser is a working vehicle.
I need to get AI to make this video now.
Like, you almost got it right.
That one thing where the really dresser moves, AI,
that's not a thing that happens.
The janky AI where like I'm driving, like I'm straddling the dresser, and you're behind me, but your head's all the way around in like a weird, yeah.
That's very strange.
I don't know. I have no idea. Kellen was so mad at me in that dream, and then I got so mad at him.
I'll turn this dresser around right now.
Don't you make me turn this dresser around. You and John could drive the car. So it's not a train dream, but it is a truck and dresser dream.
That does sound delightful, but so is train dreams.
I didn't think you'd be home this soon.
Well, I just couldn't stop walking until I got here.
What are you thinking about?
I was thinking that we ought to get married.
This is rough work, gentlemen. Not just on the body. We just cut down trees that have been here for 500 years. Upsets a man's soul whether you recognize it or not.
You think that she knows that I'm her daddy?
Deep down, she knows it. Even if she doesn't know she knows it yet.
In the forest, every least thing's important. It's all threaded together. So you can't tell where one thing ends and another begins.
Do you think bad things that we do follow us through life?
I don't know. I've seen bad men raised up and good men brought to the knees.
It's all going by so fast.
Beautiful, ain't it?
What is?
All of it. Every bit of it.
So Train Dreams is a Netflix movie, and it came out at the end of last year, directed by Clint Bentley. Oh, did he write Sing Sing?
I don't even know what Sing Sing is. What is this?
Sing Sing is like a critically acclaimed movie that I guess he...
Oh, yeah, I did know this. Yeah.
Wrote, with Coleman Domingo.
With Coleman Domingo, yeah.
Yeah, so he co-wrote Train Dreams as well with Greg Cuidar. Cool. Based on an actual novella.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, starring Joel Edgerton, Felicity Jones, a lot of actors I don't recognize, like Nathaniel Arcand, but we got Clifton Collins Jr., Carrie Condon is in this movie, and William H. Macy. And I did recognize the narration by Will Patton. I was like, this is Remember the Titans guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say this, like, the plot does not matter. I'll let you handle the plot, Dustin, but like,
sure.
To me, Train Dreams was like the ultimate off the grid vibes movie.
Yeah, truly.
And my God, is it gorgeous.
Yep.
It's like the best looking film I've seen in a very long time. I watched it with like a really nice dinner and a quiet house. And I was just like, I was sucked into this thing. I loved it so much. I didn't want it to end.
I wrote on my letterbox that this is a good old fashioned cinema palate cleanser.
Yeah.
And it really is. It's like, hey, this is just a movie, dog. Like, have fun with it, and like let us do movie things. And I'm like, cool. Apparently,
it's 80 years of his life. I don't recall that, but maybe I was just high from the Train Dreams.
They age him up a little bit.
Sure. That's right.
So it probably is supposed to be that long, but yeah, it's just old age makeup.
It doesn't read that long to me.
No, it doesn't. I agree.
But what's great about this movie, honestly, here's what you need to know. Joel Edgerton is
just like in every frame of this movie.
Yeah, he's in all of it. He's a jack of all trades. You know, he works on the railroad. He, cuts down trees. He's a logger. He just does, I can know what year this is supposed to be. I'm guessing it's
like the late 1800s into the 1900s.
Yeah, and he is the whole movie. He's got a beard. He's got a wife. They build a cabin right next to this little creek, just right there on the ground. Just nuts.
Yeah,
I remember leaning over. I watched it with my lady friend, and I was like, I just can't. I feel so ashamed that I couldn't build a house. Like this man went out into the woods. He's like, I'm going to build a house.
I'm just going to build this house.
He built a house.
Yeah.
And it like stood for a while.
Yeah.
If you're a millennial like me who is sucked into the fantasy of like homesteading and just living in the middle of nowhere and growing your own food and just sticking your head back into your shell, it's a great movie because it's just people living off the land, and then Joel Edgerton leaving to go do like work with lovely locations, amazing sunsets, just stunning cinematography. And this is a movie that's shot in 4:3, which normally I hate.
Yep.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I still loved this movie.
Yeah.
And that's in spite of the aspect ratio.
Yep.
I just loved looking at it. I loved the score, very peaceful. They're just living life. And then there's ups and downs, and they're eating soup. And I'm just like, God, that soup is so wholesome and real and not processed. And I know they don't have like a toilet or anything, but damn, this is what I want. Every little comfort they have is like, it feels extra comforty because it's earned.
Yeah,
it's like that coffee was like that was they made that coffee.
That was hard earned coffee.
Hard earned coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard for me to say much more about this movie except that I really liked it. And I just think it's a really great movie to sit through. And it's got that perfect mixture of large sections of nonverbal storytelling. And so you are compelled to look up. So even if you are prone to like swiping and looking at your phone during movies, like it's hard to do that during Train Dreams. And it's just, there's so much beauty on the screen that you don't want to anyway.
Yeah.
And then like half the story is being shown to you. So you feel like you shouldn't look away.
Yeah.
And movies are really at their best when they do that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of great films that have like a very fast, very full script. But the downside of having a dialogue heavy film is that you can sort of desensitize the viewer into not paying attention because, apparently all I need to know is what they're saying. Like nothing they're doing matters.
Yep.
That's cool. Just this is a movie. You should probably show them something.
Yeah. Totally.
Eventually, instead of just people walking. Like do something cool with the camera.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Tell the
make
story
a background
with the
actor
camera.
do something that we barely notice, but we'll you know what I mean? Like do something fun. You've been poking the movie again. Do something.
Yeah.
Do a movie thing.
Something that feels real.
I don't know who was it. You must have recommended this to me because I'd never heard of it. I think you
so.
Just said something like Train Dreams is really great.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the movie. I mean, the way that I would explain it and have explained it is the tale of, you know, Joel Edgerton's character's life. There's really not much in terms of plot, right? Like it's not a plot heavy film. This is just like, hey, do you want to see how tough life was back then? Yeah. Here you go. And, but it is the story of, you know, Robert Grenier, and he falls in love with his wife and they have a child, and, you know, hardships come and work separates them. And then, you know, life separates them. What it is to live at that time, what was expected of a man at that time. And then the thing that really struck me, and we all know this, but like seeing it through his eyes, you know, was super interesting to me, how much the world changed in his lifetime. And like, we can do the same thing. We can look back and go, how much has the world changed in our lifetime? In a lot of ways. But the difference between where he started, everything is by hand. And when he's, you know, I guess we'll jump into spoilers. By the end of the film, he's flying in a plane. You know, like
that's right. He is.
That's a huge leap of technology that it was experienced in the lifetime of these people. Yeah. That's mind blowing that you would be flying when you began your life the way that he did.
Can't even poop in your own house.
Yeah, correct. It was like a refreshing wake up call that like life can be really simple. Strip all of the things away, all the things that we've made what life in America is. Take it all away and recognize how simple life actually is at its core. Yeah. And so that was really interesting to me, how simple, but also how like hard it is, how difficult. It's still simple, but it's very difficult because life is life, and the hardships we have now are the same things people have been going through forever. So we shouldn't expect that just because life was more simple, somehow it was easier. It was harder, and or at least as hard. Yeah, it's just a powerful film in terms of like everything you mentioned, like the aspect ratio, which I assume was done to emphasize the height of the trees. Yeah. The performances, the good cinematography, score, the whole thing. Yeah. It is a masterclass in like good imagery. Like I think you could look at any frame of this film and say that's an artistically composed shot. You could look at any one of these performances and say that's a real person with a inner voice and things that the actors are doing that we don't see visibly, but we do feel. And that's, it felt like Joel Edgerton was living as this man. And that is, I would assume very, very difficult to do. Because of how rare it is. And so, I just really enjoyed the film. I don't think it's perfect. The lack of clear, story progression threw me. Again, it's like little vignettes. And I didn't know we were going to be following him for as many years as we did. So it felt like, man, I wish we could just like truncate it and do it all quickly so that we don't have to worry about that. I understand it. Maybe then the plot would feel like we're moving towards something. But I think the point is we're moving toward just life, like just seeing life, and
moving at the pace of life.
Yeah, totally. And so it's not a detriment to the film, but it is, at least in this case, not what I was anticipating. And so I think it would probably fare better on a rewatch. But I ended up giving it 4 stars, but I think it probably is more of a 4.5 film. If I watched it again, I think I'd like it better. So yeah, again, not perfect, but really good and really satisfying. It takes these turns where, like, they introduce Carrie Condon and you can almost like feel what they're going to do. And then they just don't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, cool. I was wrong. You know what I mean? And like, that's such a cool thing that I feel like the filmmakers knew. You're going to assume when we introduce this character, you're going to make some assumptions, and we're not going to give you the satisfaction of that.
Don't normally advocate for this, but this would be one of my picks for the movie I would just have on in the background all the time.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that just by its very atmosphere is so, like you said, calming and satisfying that I would have it on just to set the mood. Yeah. Like I could put this on while I was working and just hear it. Yep. If I could get a third monitor in here and just so I can every now and then, just if I have an idle second, just look over and look at the shots of the trees. Yeah. That would be very cool. Yeah. I will be rewatching this. And this is one of those movies I would want to have on physical if Netflix weren't such a bitch and never did that.
Well, what's so weird is they've announced a deal they have with Criterion, and they're putting Frankenstein on Criterion physically, and Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and they're putting K-pop Demon Hunters on physical, but they didn't announce anything about this, and I'm like, bro, this was nominated too.
I would. What did this get nominated for?
I'm looking now. Yeah, quite a few, right? Or at
Best Picture,
at least a couple. Yeah,
it's Best Adapted Screenplay. Yeah, this is the kind of thing you want to own to me. Yeah, like I agreed. Especially with everything we said earlier about streaming services, and what sucks about them is I just don't like the gatekeeping. But I would like a Blu-ray or 4K of this movie for sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll do. That's Train Dreams. Any movie with Carrie Condon is a movie worth seeing.
Friend of mine, yeah. No, I
don't tell me you've met Carrie Condon.
I did. It was a few years ago. It was very brief, but yeah, all I knew her from at the time was Better Call Saul.
Oh God!
And that's how I found out she was. Is she Scottish? Irish? Yeah, that's how I figured out she was Irish, because I talked to her and I was like, oh, what? You don't sound like Mike Ehrmantraut's daughter-in-law.
I just want her to whisper into my ear, "That building's not clear." I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, it's not.
And that's the podcast, everybody. Good night.
Look forward to more Carrie Condon ASMR next week. That building's not clear. Oh yeah, you're right, it's not.